Right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, QADASH, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And I just wanted to do this video, man. Listen, unclean is unclean. It don't matter what animal it is. If the Lord have declared it to be unclean, it ain't no better than any other unclean animal. All right, it's all the same. Right, what you see is the Jake in the Western world are quick to wanna judge, so to speak, based upon Western values or what is socially accepted in the West. All right, but the truth is, all of Jacob, which is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, including the Western hemisphere, is guilty of eating of abominations. Let me say that again. All Jacob, from the east to the west, north to the south, is equally guilty of eating abominations, because there is no grading system for abominations. The Bible is clear. It's either clean or it's unclean. So whether you eat a dog or whether you eat a pig, there is no difference in the eyes of Yahawah Shem Yahushai. Now there's a difference in the eyes of the so-called white man, because they designate dogs to be pets. Right? Dogs are man's best friend. All right? Or whatever other animal. They'll be like, oh, he can't eat that. Well, but these men will happily nyam off some pig. You're no different. All right? Whether you eat a pig, whether you eat a dog, whether you eat a lion, whether you eat a tiger, whether you eat a gorilla, whether you eat a rat, all right? Whatsoever unclean animal you eat, you're no better than anyone else. It's all the same in the eyes of Yahawah Shem Yahushai. The only thing you can do is, once, as an Israelite, once you are enlightened to the law, statutes, commandments in regards to the dietary law, you do your utmost best to keep it. All right. But like I said, Jake in the West, man, especially, Jake, you might grow up in England, you might grow up in America. Oh, they're eating dog. Meanwhile, man's namming off some pork chops. What makes you any different, man? All right. So I'm going to read this dietary law so that it makes it clear, right? There ain't no favorites when it comes to unclean foods that's acceptable. Because Jake going on like there's some acceptable unclean foods out here. There is none. And all Jake are guilty of it. Leviticus 11:2 says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, right? Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Right? Nevertheless, ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. So the camel is unclean. The camel is an unclean animal. You can't eat camel. And eating a camel is just as bad as eating a pig. It's just as bad as eating a dog. It's just as bad as eating a horse, because a horse is also an unclean animal. In certain places, they eat the horse. Like in France, they actually sell horse meat in France. All right? And the English, they look down on the French for that. Oh, imagine that. The English look down on the French. Oh, they eating horses. But then you go into any English bushes, it's bare pork. You ain't got a leg to stand on, mate. Yeah? It's all unclean. It's all abominable. All right? Rabbit. Rabbits chew the cud. All right? Rabbits chew the cud. But they don't have the cloven foot. Yeah? So you can't eat no rabbit, man. A lot of people eat rabbit. All right? It says, and the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, yet the rabbit, the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divided the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Now, there's nowhere in this where it said, well, you know, if you eat a pig, it's better than eating a horse, or it's better than eating a dog. There's no, it's just unclean, man. It's not a fucking Olympics, man. It's not no first, second, and third prize. And like I said, all Jake, it don't matter where you from, because, you know, people be like, oh, them people eat this, so they have to be heathens. No, Jake is scattered among the heathen, and Jake eat everything, man. Right? Jake is scattered among the heathen, and Jake eat everything. And I'm gonna show you an example that the so-called West Indian, the tribe of Benjamin, eat on innumerable abominations. Innumerable. And I can name a few, which I will do. That don't mean they're not Jake. It just means that they're going off. All right? Because all Jake is guilty. Trust me. When it comes to the dietary law, Jake is guilty. All right? 100%. Yeah. Boy, I've committed madness in my life. And I've seen madness. So I can tell you that the tribe of Benjamin goes off. All the way off. Yeah, there ain't no leg to stand on. Right? Everyone likes, the Moabites. Bro, Jake eat everything. Jake eat all kind of madness. You wouldn't believe. Jake eat monkey, man. Yeah? On the islands. Man, them from the islands know. It might not be every Jake, but there's Jake on the islands that be eating monkey. Right? Tell me I'm lying. Right? So of their flesh shall you not eat, and their carcass shall you not touch. They are unclean unto you. Okay, that's it. They're just unclean. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas. And I'm doing something, so keep it down, okay? And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of anything which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So, shalom, barakabah. I see you, brother. Shalom. You know, the beloved brother right there, man. Shalom to you. Yeah, like, so, you know, Jake be eating them catfish, right? Catfish don't have no scales. That's off. Now, what's the difference between eating a catfish and a dog? What's the difference between eating a catfish and a fish and a cat? There really ain't no difference. It's all unclean. You see what I'm saying? There really ain't no difference. Man, I eating catfish. Man, I eating what's it called? Crawfish. All right, man, I eating listen, on the islands, anything that's in the sea that man eat. Trust me. Yeah, and a lot of that goes back to famines as well. You know, you had a lot of famines on the islands, and Jake had to resort to eating whatever abomination sprang up out of the sea, out of the earth. Yeah, so Jake be eating cockles, them little seashell things. I don't even. Yeah, is it cockles? Is that what they call cockles? Jake be eating them. I've had them. Jake be eating the conchs. I'm gonna show you the conchs. Jake be eating the conchs. Say it's an aphrodisiac. Jake be eating the sea cockroach. That's what man call it on the islands. The sea cockroach. Some of you might, you know, lobster, crab. Oh, Jake be eating all the crab, man. We used to have crab, a whole heap of crab, shrimp. All right. What else? Um, what else they be eating out there, man? Oh yeah, calamari. This is some squid business. It's all unclean, and nothing is better than the other. You know, it's all unclean. All right. Um, what else in the sea that man eat? All kind of madness. Yeah, you're only supposed to eat what have the fin and the scales. All right. Um, it says they shall be an even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Yeah, clams. That's another abomination. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination, the fowls, they shall not be eaten, they are an abomination. The eagle, the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the vulture, and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, the owl, the nighthawk, the cacao, the hawk after his kind, the little owl, the cormorant, the great owl, the swan, and the pelican, and the gear eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat. All fowls that creep, going upon all fours, shall be an abomination unto you. That's the flies. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. Right? That's your locust and your locust and your what's it called? Grasshopper. You can yam them still. Even these of them ye may eat, and the locust after his kind, and the board locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper of his kind. But all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. Right? Again, no discrimination between, if it's unclean, it's unclean. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean unto the evening. We got anything else? Okay, let's jump down a bit. These also shall be unclean unto you, the creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise. Oh yeah, Jake be eating the turtle. All up. That's a delicacy in Nicaragua. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, don't he listen. Jake be eating everything, man, from the West Indies to South America to America. Jake eat all manner of abominations. So how much more even the Jake that's in Africa, the Jake that's in Asia, Jake be eating everything, man. Right? Jake going off, man. That's why we need salvation, man. We need forgiveness of sins. We need to be cleansed. Just like the Gentiles in the new covenant, in the new covenant writings, man, they were eating all kind of madness. Well, Jake is eating all kind of madness today. But Jake on one side is looking at some other Jake over there like they crazy while they eating a pork chop. It makes no sense. The ferret and the chameleon and the lizard. Jake eat iguana on the islands. I've seen with my own 2 eyes one of the police sergeants in Montserrat butcher a female iguana and took the eggs out and cooked the eggs as well. So they're cooking and eating the iguana eggs. So hey, that comes on the lizard and the snail. Jake be eating the giant snails. I know the Nigerian dons. When I was in the shop the other day, I see them Nigerians and they're Jake, man. They eat the snail, they eat the grass cutter. Yeah, the grass cutter. Which is like some big ass fucking rodent. All right. But guess what? If you grew up there, you be eating the damn grass cutter too. Instead of, what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Jake is scattered among the heathen among all these lands, and Jake are just going off, man. It ain't nothing unique. Just like I said, Jake in America be eating madness. Yeah, all kind of madness. Gumbo with all kind of madness in there. Come on. Like, Jake Jake are going off all over the world, man. What's this? The ferret, RACHAA, the ferret, the chameleon. Hey, I remember when my dad brought home a turtle and made my mom cook it, man. Fucking turtle, man. That was the one and only time I ate turtle. Madness, man. Like, what the hell's going on? Blood clot turtle, you know. But yeah, they eat turtle on the islands. They eat it all over South America too. The lizard and the snail and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean unto the even. Yeah. All right. So, you know, bear meat, yeah, oh boy, you can't eat no damn bear. But, you know, oh boy, freaking bear, you know. But again, there's no difference between eating a bear and a pig. All right. Just because Esau has certain foods that he says is like, so these kind of things man eat on the islands, like conchs, man. Disgusting, man. Right? That's a conch, man. Some big snail type thing. Yeah. They say it's an aphrodisiac. Yeah, Jake be eating them conchs up, man. Right? They love it. It's a delicacy on the islands. Going off, man. Going off. 100%. Ain't supposed to eat no conchs. Right? See, so-called shellfish. You ain't supposed to eat no shellfish, alright? Oh, this one, mountain chicken. I put mountain chicken in and it came up. Frog. Jake eat the mountain chicken on the islands too. Alright? They call it mountain chicken. Yeah? Alright? Again, that's an abomination. You're not supposed to eat that. But man, eat that on the islands, I know 100%. Yeah? Iguana, like I said, man, eating the iguana. You ain't supposed to eat no iguana, man. The lobster. The sea cockroach. Yeah. Crab in abundance. Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff, man. I bet crab. I bet the sea cockroach. Hey, when you grow up, you eat what the people eat, innit? You don't know nothing about the law. You know, you're ignorant. Turtle. Mm-hmm. What about this one? This is the major one. This is the major one throughout all the earth. Everybody eats this, boy. It's an abomination, man. And there's no difference between eating this and a dog. You better believe that. So that you get that out of your mind. Yeah, there ain't no difference. If you eat a pig, you might as well be eating a dog. Because it's the same madness. Alligator, man. Man, yam up this too. Man, yam up the alligator. I remember one time my grandmother went to one of them cook-offs. You know, the islands get together and cook off. And one of them islands was cooking up the alligator or the crocodile or whatever the case may be. And if I'm not mistaken, down South America, niggas down there be eating crocodile and all kind of madness like that. Yeah, but it's all the same. It's just unclean. You know, there's no unclean animal that's more palatable or more better or no. It's just they're all abominations, man. All right, they're all unclean, and for whatever reason, Jake eating it. You know, we can go into the history, certain things, whatever. At the end of the day, you know, it's unclean, and we are to avoid these foods, man. You know, and stick to the clean food. You know, stick to the chicken and the beef. Yeah, the oxtail. Yeah, man. Yeah, my grandmother cook up some oxtail for me. Friday still. Oi. That still, yeah. Righteousness, yeah. Righteousness. But it tasted righteous too. You better believe that. Yeah. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered, man. Yeah, you can't make unclean food clean. even if it's socially acceptable. You know, so like I said, you get a lot of this idea that, you know, certain foods are acceptable, and then you see someone over there eating something that you don't eat, and it's crazy. But really, we don't judge based upon that. You got to judge based upon the law. So whether one man eat a pig and one man eat a dog, to you to because you grew up in the West, the pig is acceptable, but the dog is crazy. It's all crazy. Anything that's unclean in the dietary law is crazy, and it shouldn't be eaten. Period. But like I said, people are scattered, so they're into all kind of madness, man. Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which have been made crooked? Yeah, you can't change it around. So just be mindful, and always remember that, man, that one unclean animal is not any better than another unclean animal. If it's unclean, it's unclean, and if it's clean, it's clean. You know what I mean? And that's how the division should be. And you know, we gotta have mercy and remember that Jake scattered throughout the four corners of the earth are gonna be eating these things, man. That's why Peter saw them unclean animals, man. Right? Cause Jake all over the earth are gonna be eating unclean, and it's not really good to be like, oh, okay, that person's a heathen because he ate a dog. No, that's ignorant, because more than likely you grew up eating pig. Does that make you a heathen in terms of you're not Israelite? No, it means you're behaving like a heathen. You know, you've adopted the way of folly. All right, but you're gonna get Israelites that are gonna be eating all kind of madness all over the earth, man, and taking part in all kind of mad customs. That's the curses, you know. In fact, you know, to eat, not only worshiping the idols of these nations, but you eating their foods too. All right. Yeah, man. Let's get this one. Yeah, man. 5 and 8, man. And that's why they were looking at Jake like, yo, Jake's just like us, right? Ezekiel 25:8. Thus saith the Lord God, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. You know, and they say, oh man, they're like they're like us, man. They're like, you know, but we're Israelites, man, and the Lord is gonna redeem us and turn us back into the right way. All right, but right now Jake is pretty much just like the heathen in mannerisms, customs, diet. But we're gonna turn it around, Lord willing. You know, we're definitely, Lord willing, gonna turn it around. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do. I wanted to read the dietary law and just spread that awareness and bring that perspective. When you see, if you see like, you know, Jake somewhere eating madness, man, don't, you know what I mean? Don't try, oh yeah, they're heathens, like, you know. Nah, man, just remember where you come from and think about all the abominations that was being at where you are, and be humble, man, and remember that we've all fallen short, man. All have sinned and fallen short, man. We've all grew up with heathenistic tendencies, man. But that's why the gospel is here to be preached, you know, to try and salvage, or to salvage the elect from that heathenistic nature. You know, we can't be all overly high-minded, man. You know. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say on that through the Spirit, man. Read the dietary law, man. All right, Leviticus the 12th chapter, man, and try and keep it to the best of your ability. Let me read this one more scripture from the elder here. 1 Corinthians 6:11. Some of you were once like that, but you were cleansed, you were made holy, you were made right with God by calling on the name of the Lord YAHAWASHI and Mashiach. By the Spirit of our God. Yeah, we were all given unto the pigtail and all of that, the pork ribs. Now you could turn around and say, well, I never ate no dog. Yeah, but Brad, you was eating pig. Yeah, so you, like I said, like if you eating one unclean animal, you've ate all of them. It's no fucking difference, right? There's no difference. So just chill, and remember where you're coming from. Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in YAHAWASHI. So if they're of the elect, they're eating these foods, they're gonna repent and be made clean, man. And that goes into the book of Acts 7, right, with Cornelius, man. All right, where it speaks about, let's get that. Hold on. Let me get that real quick. Sorry, not 7:10. I'm thinking about 7:4. Right, Acts 10, and let me get straight to the point. Acts 10 and 11, and I saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending onto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and let down to the earth, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and all beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him, and how many of us could even say that? How many of us can say we've never ate nothing unclean? And the voice spake unto him again and second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. Now, these beasts represented Israel that was in that abominable state, but that were going to be cleansed and made clean again by the Lord, man, through his blood. Because obviously he ain't talking about cleaning up no dog and no cat. It's talking about men, and that was shown when those 3 men came, because the dream happened 3 times. All right. What else we got here? Ephesians 2:2. You used to live in sin just like the rest of the world, obeying the devil, the commander of the powers in the unseen world. He is a spirit at work in the hearts of those who refuse to obey God. Verse 2, all of us used to live that way, following the passionate desires and inclinations of our sinful nature. By our very nature, we were subject to God's anger, just like everyone else. Yeah, we all been there, eating madness, man, and loving it, eating it down, lusting after unclean meats. When you come into this truth, you see differently. But never forget, that's where you're coming from. And there's gonna be Jake right now that they're tucking into some dog. All right, it just is what it is. There's Jake right now, dog and grass cutter and turtle and all kind of madness is their staple diet, man. That don't mean they're not Jakes. All right, so just something to consider, and stay grounded, man, and balanced. So yeah, THAWADAH for the Arkham, for the scriptures on the comment board. And like I said, I just had that on my spirit because it came up the other day. I was thinking like, nah, man, we gotta stop that, man. You know what I mean? Gotta be a bit more mature about the thing. So with that, we'll say Kal Halal, Yahawah, Shem Yoshai, RACHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. And honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word, sincerity and truth. Shalom to you brothers and sisters listening and learning. and supporting the ministry. Shalom. That's strange. Oh man, see, that app seems to be frozen. It's not normal. Close all apps. Okay, let's try that. Okay. THAWADAH, man. See, that's why you need brothers. Alright, shalom.